My name.
Welcome to the greatest 5 o'clock p.m. live broadcast featuring Bubbeh Leah. She's back, folks. She's back, Bubbeh Leah. And how could you be in a bad mood when you're with Bubbeh Leah? You can't. We could be tired, we could be cranky, we could be hungry, but when we see Bubbeh Leah, all we can do is smile. Let's recap a little bit, Bubbeh Leah. When we met you last week, just 1 week ago, you told us a lot about your husband Moish and how you
I'm
observed
Moish.
your Moish, yes, your Moish, on how you observed the Sabbath and
Shabbos.
yeah, Shabbos and your daughters and how you do the cooking and the cleaning and the muchen and the tuchen and the schnoigen and the boigen. What is that, Bubbeh Leah?
That's to make my noodles.
You make noodles? Handmade
Oh,
noodles?
well, of course. What you think? I go grocery store? No grocery store in the shtetl. I'm from Drumbruvka. But my Michael,
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think you did not ask one very important question last
I
week.
did. You're right. And let me ask you, Bubbeh Leah, what is Bubba? Why do we call you Bubba? Bubba.
Well, first of all, we don't say Bubba. We say Bubba Leah. Well, Bubba Leah. Bubba comes from the Yiddish word for grandmother, which is Bubby. You know what the Yiddish name for a grandfather is?
Yes.
You do?
No, I don't. What is it?
Zaidi. So Bubba comes from Bubby, and that's what I am. I am grandmother.
You're a
Okay.
grandmother? You're a grandmother? You don't look old enough to be a grandmother.
Oh, my Michael, you say the sweetest things. But I have too much to talk about than to speak.
Okay. You're right. No more flattering, Bubba Leah. No more flattering. So you were on the verge last week of telling us how things were starting to get a little bad for you, and you were starting to think about leaving
Oy,
Dubrovka. Did I say that right? Dubrovka?
Dubrovka and
Yeah. So,
oy, oy, oy.
oy oy oy
Well,
oy
you
oy
got
oy.
to put
So,
your hands on your cheeks.
oh,
Oy.
like this. Oy oy oy. Like this. Is
Well,
this good,
Michael, let
Bubba
me,
Leah? Boy, oy oy oy.
Michael, this is what
Okay. Sorry.
happened.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So things start to get bad for the Jews, and they have something that comes very close to our house called a pogrom.
A
Now,
program?
no,
No.
pogrom. And
Pogrom.
that's when the Cossacks, who were the people who, the non-Jews, some of them would attack the Jewish community, and they would force us to be very, very, very afraid. And things just got bad, 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 bad. And you know what, Michael?
No, I
I
don't.
say to my mush, mush, not good here. You know, in America, the streets are paved with gold. That's the golden Medina. We must go to America.
Okay.
Oh, mush, I finally convince him, and we pack our things, and little Sorrowless says, but Bubba, like, can I bring my doll? And I say, yes, you bring your doll. And Moish brings his holy books, and I bring my cooking pot. And we pack and we go to Germany. Oy, oy, oy.
Oy,
And
oy,
then
oy.
do you know, my Michael? 2 weeks we on a boat.
Really?
2 weeks. And let me tell you, the food, ooh, not even kosher. And the ship, it goes like this, go like this, go like
Like
this.
this? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going the wrong
Go
way.
like
Like this.
this,
Okay. Oh,
go
it's
like
like this?
this, go
Oh,
like this.
jeez.
Wait a minute, go
Uh-huh.
like this.
Ooh.
And
Oh.
guess how
Oh, I
we
feel like
feel,
I'm
my
on the ship.
Michael?
You feel not so good.
Oh, we sick. And we down in the bottom of the boat, and there's so many people. Oh, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Just terrible. We think, oy, boy, oy, when is going to end? And then we go up on the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Michael, I saw a sight like I saw the Statue of Liberty. And
Really?
oh my gosh,
Lady Liberty
here
herself.
we in America, and we go to
Oh.
Ellis Island, and
Uh-huh.
go to New York City. We settle on the Lower East Side, and there
Mm.
are peddlers, and there are push carts, and there is so many Jews, and oh, it was something, Michael. But I must tell you a story that very few people know.
Really?
Not everyone came to New York City. Not
Really?
everyone come through Ellis Island, which is a story in itself, which we'll do it another time.
Another time.
So I have a sister
Really?
whose name is Rachel, and
Rochel.
Rachel is married to Zev. Now,
Okay.
they say things not so bad in the shtetl, Bubbeh, Leah, Moshe, and all the kinder. You go to America. We stay here. Well, in 1907, they go, oi, 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 we should have left a long time ago. But they get a pamphlet, and in it, it talks not about New York City. It talks about want to come to America, come to Galveston.
Galveston.
Where are you from, Michael? Where you live?
I live in Houston, Texas.
Texas.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Galveston is in Texas.
Galveston is in Texas? I've never heard of Galveston.
Well, it's an island, not so far from Houston. Oh,
Oh, Galveston.
like I said, Galveston.
Oh, okay.
Well, they read the pamphlet and they decide we're gonna go to Galveston. How you say it?
Just like that, Galveston.
Okay. Anyway, 1907, and they decide to go, and they get on a ship where Leah was on a ship for 2 weeks. They on a ship for almost 4 weeks from Bremen, Germany. And the boat goes to this and this, and the food is terrible. But this is very different. When they arrive at what you say, Galveston, do you know what? There's
What?
no Lady Liberty. There's no Statue of Liberty. Instead, there is the most wonderful, wonderful man who greets them. He's a rabbi. And his
Whoa.
name is Rabbi, I forget his name.
Well, he
Anyway,
must have had a big impression on you. It's probably Henry Cohen, is my guess.
that's it. So this Rabbi Henry Cohen, he saw Zev and Rachel, and he speaks to them in Yiddish and in Polish and
Whoa.
all the other people. He spoke 10 languages, and he say, "Welcome, welcome to Galveston, Galveston." He says, "Welcome," and they get off the boat. And the mayor of Galveston welcomes them. They think, oi, 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 and this never happened in the shtetl. So they are welcome. And you know what?
What?
Somebody gave them, you're not going to believe this,
I won't believe this.
banana. And they
Really?
said, what, this? Banana? And they tasted it, and they said, oh, our life in America is going to be sweet, like this strange food, banana. So they get taken to a place, and they get to take a shower, they get kosher food, and rabbi speak to them, and mayor speak to them. But this is very different. A man, a very wealthy man named Jacob Schiff. Now he in New York, and he decided too many Jews in New York, we got to get Jews elsewhere. And it was his idea to go to Galveston. So Rabbi Cohen meets them, and this is very different. They don't go settle in Galveston, or Galveston, as you say. No, it's near a train line, and within a day, 2 days, Rabbi Cohen helps them find a job and puts them, buys ticket for the train, and they go off, and they go to places like St. Louis or Sioux City, Iowa, or Omaha, or so many places, but not New York. Now, this is good, but this is not good. So what good about it? What good is they get work? Zev had been a farmer. They needed farmers. Zev goes to farm. And Rachel, like me, we're not afraid of hard work. And they go, of all places, oi, 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 to Iowa.
Oh,
Iowa.
Bashnoigi.
Nothing but corn. They don't nothing. So the good news is that they have job. The bad news, they had to work on Shabbos,
Oof.
and there are not many other Jews around. So there's no community like I get to make in New York City. But this is, and I hear that some, do you know how many? I don't think I tell you this. Do you know how many Jews come from Galveston? Come through?
I
From
don't.
Germany?
How many?
10,000
Whoa.
between 1907 and 1914. You know why it stopped in 1914, my Michael?
I don't.
Ah, very important day. 1914 is World War One, and then
Ah.
it stopped. But
Stop.
this Jacob Schiff, very smart man, and that helped Jews go other places all across this big United States. Very smart man. But Rabbi Cohen, oh, he was such a wonderful man and helped us so very, very much.
It sounds like it. It sounds like without him, Rachel and Zvi,
How about Zev?
Zev. It's very hard to say, but it sounds like they would have had a really hard time when they arrived in Galveston.
Well, but they helped so much. Some people didn't work out so good because you know what? They didn't want to work so hard. It's hard,
they
you know,
didn't, yeah.
hard work being a farmer or a shoemaker. And they go where they sent. I mean, it's not like you get to say, "Oh, I like that place. I won't go." No, they go where the jobs are. Not many Jews. Very hard to have Shabbos.
Very hard. Kosher food, I'm
Other
sure.
questions, my Michael, because I can talk more about Mile. I can tell you so many things.
Well, Bubbeh, have you been living in? If you, not Rachel, we know Rachel's in Iowa, but have you stayed on the?
You know the story of Rachel.
I know it's a very, very interesting. We don't hear a lot about the Jewish people who came to America through Galveston.
Galveston.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So you stayed on the Lower East Side, is that right?
Well, yes, I did.
Okay.
And mein Moish, and he, you know, mein Moish, you know, what did I tell you what he bring to America?
His books of holy books.
His holy book. So very
That's all he brought
hard.
with him.
Very hard. But Leah, we work hard. We bring boarders in to live with us. And my girls, they go to work in sweatshops.
Ooh,
You know what that is?
I do know what that is. Work very, very hard, very sweaty, not a lot of money.
Not a lot of money. Oh, and so many stories about that. And they take advantage of the Jewish girls and the Italian girls. And one day when we have time, I tell you more about the sweatshops and the uprising. They have of 20,000 girls.
What?
And, so many stories about the Lower East Side. But
My
most
goodness.
important, my Moish finally figured out, you know, the holy books, they're not going to help you in the Golden Medina the same way they did in the old country. Instead,
Interesting.
you'll have to get a real job and you've got to work. Yeah.
Wow.
And eventually we knew we had made it when we didn't have to have boarders live in our tiny house.
You had
in our
enough
tiny
money
apartment.
to pay the rent.
We needed them to pay the rent, but after a while, we are making it in America.
Oh, Bubbeh Leah, that is such a beautiful story. Hopefully someday we'll learn a little bit more. But for now, I need to. Mein Kinder need their dinner. They need their dinner because they're
they
not going to
like
make it
borscht?
themselves.
I
Do they
make
like borscht,
wonderful
Bubbeh Leah? Is that what
borscht.
you're saying? You make wonderful borscht. Well, maybe someday if you meet Mike Kinder, you can make them borscht and see what happens. How about that?
Gefilte fish.
Yeah, they'll eat they'll eat a lot of that too. So the blessing for washing our hands, Bubbeh, and be ready because you're going to lead us in the motzi when we're done. Hope you're ready. It's a holy prayer. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim, al netilat yadayim. Wash your hands. Take it away, Bubbeh.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam chamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Oh, very nice. Now, before we go, we got a couple people who said hi to you during our time together. Oh yeah, you are a celebrity at Houston Congregation for Reformed Judaism. Rabbi Gross says hi, and it's great to see you. Mallory Barbie says hello. Miss Mallory, she's a very good friend. We have Marilyn Fireman who's watching with us. Jamie Perkins is watching with us. Miss Barbara says hi. She's another very good friend. Rabbi Gross said his Bubbeh Shirley is watching, and everyone loves the Bubbeh. And Melissa Wolfson says, so happy to see you again, Bubbeh. And Rabbi Gross says he heard that the food on the boat was not only terrible, but the portions were also too small. Is that true? The portions were very small?
Excuse me, and they weren't necessarily so kosher.
Oh, unbelievable. And, Miss Barbara says that her father's family settled in Walker, Iowa. Sounds very similar maybe to the story of your sister Rachel. Yeah, sounds very similar.
Excuse me, my Michael, but did they know the story of Galveston?
I don't know. Folks, if you know the story of Galveston or Galveston, just leave us a comment here. Tell us what you know. That would be nice to know. Yeah. So Bubbeh, thank you so much. I should say that we have a lot more programming coming up this week at HCRJ. We have Live at 5 on Wednesday with myself and Rabbi Gross. Tomorrow there's a coffee house. Bubbeh, you're not going to believe this. Ziggy Gruber from Kenny and Ziggy's. You don't know about this, but he makes the matzah ball. He makes a gefilte fish.
But does he make as good as Bubbeh?
He might. I'm just kidding. Don't be offended. He might. I don't know. He might. And, of course, on Friday, we'll have our sharing Shabbat Shigaon, Shabbat craziness, welcoming Shabbat. So much going on. So great to see you, Bubbeh. Thank you for being with us again.
Bye, my Michael.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye, Bubbeh. Bye, friends.